Time for another Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things podcast here on NotShowRadio.com and DaveandDarren.com. However you're listening to it, you know, it's available wherever podcasts are available. I guess I don't need to tell you that because you're already listening. We're sure glad you're here. We've got our top 5 things ready to go. These are the top 5 things we got done on our morning show, which you can hear on Planet 93.9. My name is Dave, and this guy, well, he's Darren. Hey, Darren.
Hello. The podcast is brought to you by the good people at Nature's Treatment of Illinois. They've got 2 locations, the one in Milan on Tech Drive and the one in Galesburg on West Main Street. Milan is open every day. Galesburg is open weekdays and Saturdays. The Milan store offers both medicinal and recreational. Galesburg is recreational only. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter and connect with Nature's Treatment on Twitter and Instagram.
The only question left is, where do we start?
At the top.
Number one.
Number one. Back when we used to do the Gilthorpe gimmick on your old morning show, where is the city that Gilthorpe takes place? Do you remember?
New Milford.
New Milford.
Was it New Milford?
Was it New Milford or Milford?
Or was it just Milford?
Because Milford is in the news this morning. Milford, Connecticut, which, call me crazy, but I think that's like the town that Gilthorpe is based in.
It's supposed to be.
Right?
Could be.
New Milford?
Milford.
No, it's just Milford.
Okay.
Milford High School, right? I mean, it takes place in every town, Gilthorpe. Milford is named for, Milford is the setting named for New Milford, Connecticut. So there is a New Milford, Connecticut. This is just Milford, not New Milford. I'm bringing it up because Santa's in trouble. A Santa at a shopping mall.
Marty Moon.
Well, this seems like it could be out of the pages of Gilthorpe. A 45-year-old man who was working as a Santa Claus at the Connecticut Post Mall, accused of exposing himself to one of the elves, a juvenile coworker. This happened on Monday. Milford police say they were called to the mall by the juvenile on the report of this assault that happened around 7:30 on Monday night. The investigation led to the arrest of one Prince Carter, who's accused of hugging and grabbing a coworker and then exposing himself to the juvenile in the break room.
No.
Carter arrested later on that day on charges of third-degree sexual assault and breach of peace, being held on $25,000 bond, and will be appearing in court. He has been banned from the mall property.
That's right, banned. What do I always say about strip mall Santas?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't trust a Santa with a Velcro fly.
Well, that's what's going on.
I know it.
It's bad Santa season where there's going to be more
I wish I didn't have to keep saying this.
I thought they got rid of the mall Santa this year.
Yeah, I thought that was the case too.
Or is he just behind plexiglass? That seems like...
That's kind of weird. That's almost like something you'd see in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's like the Madonna Open Your Heart video.
I don't know.
Kids watching Santa dance around.
Dance for me, Santa. You know what I want for Christmas? Dance.
Now you're talking.
I want you to humiliate yourself. That's what I want for Christmas this year. Santa humiliation.
Like this? Don't look at me.
Boy,
don't you look at me, Santa.
I told you that kid was different. Did you read his letter to Santa? Oh man.
There's a lot going on.
Oh, too much.
Oh, looks like the The boys at Milford are taking on Valley Tech in this most recent edition of
Gil Thorpe, named after Gil Hodges and Jim Thorpe.
Oh, that's right. Here's a strip that begins with two kids watching the football game. One girl says to the other, "This is fun, right?" And the other girl says, "Cold coffee, mushy hot dog. It's a treat." On the field in the battle for conference runner-up.
Conference runner-up?
That's what they're playing for.
We're playing for second place here.
It's going to be conference
How do you play for runner-up? How do you play for runner-up? Isn't it typically that when you lose to the champion, you're in second place?
No, then there's another game afterwards
to
determine who is the runner-up. Who's going to be conference runner-up?
Don't you?
Some early hiccups at Valley Tech.
Well, if you're playing for conference runner-up, that sounds like a defeatist attitude that you're playing for the championship, but you know you're not going to get it. So you're already bound and determined to play for the conference runner-up.
Why would you play for that?
No, you're playing for the championship, but you know you're going to lose. Well, we like to phrase it that way.
Here's Marty Moon. Criticizing the boys on his play-by-play.
Yeah.
Milford has 4 turnovers with this out-of-nowhere offense, but also 6 touchdowns and a 41-23 lead.
These are high school kids he's criticizing.
This offense is out of nowhere.
Out of touch.
So then they're playing Valley Tech
to lose.
For the lead. Chance Macy breaks off runs from halfback and wingback, and Milford now is in the lead 34-28. But as the visitors try to run out the clock, Leonard, the running back, comes up limping. And in today's strip, we find out
they shoot horses, don't they?
So Leonard can't play anymore. And Coach Thorpe says, "Will, you're in for Leonard. Keep it simple and kill the clock." And Leonard says to Coach Thorpe, quote, "I don't think so, Coach. Rapson's reading things from the defense that I'm not seeing. He's your guy." So then Will steps aside for Terry to play in this heated game against Valley Tech to see who will be conference.
Who is he sending in?
Well, I don't know.
Will, take a knee, Will.
Will, I need you to keep it simple and run out the clock. I don't think so, Coach. I'm not going in there to run out the... When a coach tells you keep it simple and kill the clock, that's the best thing you can hear.
We're down.
So I don't have to do anything? Great. I don't think so, Coach.
We're down by a touchdown and we've got 3 minutes left. I want you to kill the clock.
Son, you know how important it is for this town for us to be conference runner-up. You know what it'll do?
A conference championship would kill this town.
Son, we've got Santa exposing himself to kids and the elves because...
And the rats are taking over the Chipotle.
Just going out of their minds. I need you to just kill the clock. I don't think so, Coach.
Nope.
You need to send another guy in there to do your dirty work.
I haven't played all year long. Going for broke.
I've been riding the pine the whole season. I'm not going in now.
And I'm half drunk. Been sitting over on the bench drinking schnapps. I'm going to make this happen. Okay. I can't feel a thing.
We got to bring Gil Thorpe back.
Yeah,
I think this is clear.
Yeah.
Two. Drew Barrymore announcing on her show yesterday that she's willing to take a chance again.
With?
Looking for love.
With Tom Green?
No, I don't think with Tom.
Because she had Tom Green on the other day. And they hadn't seen each other. I don't think they even had spoke to each other in like 15 years.
They were married, right?
They sure were.
She's been married to a couple different people.
Who else was she married to?
Oh, like some restaurant guy or something, right?
Yeah, they always like restaurateurs, don't they?
Well, here's the thing. People like to marry rich people.
Well, there is that. Successful restaurateurs.
Yeah. Guys that have like real high class restaurants and a bunch of them,
Yeah.
they tend to do okay
Yeah.
with their dating life. Drew Barrymore is 45 years old, and she hasn't gone on a date for half a decade here.
Huh.
She says she's ready to start pursuing romantic interests again. On the Tuesday episode of the Drew Barrymore show.
Now, how is she going to go about doing that?
Well, this is where it gets weird, I think. And again, I don't know how you're able to date with everything that's going on.
Well, there's that too.
Right? You
Yeah.
can't.
Maybe
You can't hang out with a stranger and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's really 99% of dating, right?
Yeah, maybe now is not the time then.
Her partner was, I guess she was another one that was with one of the Strokes. Her partner was Fabrizio Moretti.
Okay, so restaurateurs and rock stars.
Rock stars tend to do okay.
Musicians, I don't know. Yeah, rock star. Musician.
Has she never been married? No,
I think she was actually married to Tom Green.
Her and Tom Green were married, right?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong about that. She was engaged when she was 16 years old to Leland Hayward, grandson of popular producer Leland Hayward. That engagement was called off. She was 16 and she got engaged. Then she was engaged and lived with actor Jamie Walters from 1992 to 1993. She then married her first husband, Welsh-born Los Angeles bar owner Jeremy Thomas, on March 20th, 1994. So she would have been like 19 when she got married to the bar owner. Filed for divorce from him less than 2 months later. Then she was dating Eric Erlandson, the guitarist from Hole. Remember, that was a thing. Mm. And then she was with Tom Green. She and Green were engaged in July and got married a year later. They got divorced in 2001.
How long were they together?
Well, let's see. They got married in 2001, and Green is the one who filed for divorce in December of 2001.
Okay, I thought it lasted longer than that.
Then she started dating the drummer for the Strokes. That was in 2002. Now, that relationship ended in 2007. Then she started dating actor Justin Long. Remember him? He was the Mac in the Mac PC commercials with our guy Hodgman.
Yeah.
They would break up a year later. Barrymore and Long. Then she started dating, in 2011, art consultant Will Koppelman. They announced their engagement in January 2012. Got married in June of 2012. 4 days later, their wedding image appeared on the Couple of People magazine.
Art consultant.
Yeah, art consultant.
So you come walking in, someone's painting a picture, and you're like, nah, it's crap.
I'd put a sun right there. That's
right
what I'd
there.
do. Maybe some flowers over here.
I'd put some birds up in the sky. I always like birds. And maybe put some snow on those mountaintops. Did I tell you? Did I tell you that a kid went as Bob Ross for Halloween?
That's great. No, you didn't.
Yeah. So last Halloween, I'm sitting out on the porch. You know, we've got the candy on the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, this kid comes walking up, and I didn't say anything. And then he started walking away. As he started walking away, I was like, "Hey, are you Bob Ross?" And he's like, "Yeah." Because I wanted someone, so when he went home, I wanted, somebody's probably, did anyone recognize you? Oh, that goofy guy.
One guy did.
That one goofy guy, he did. Yeah, Bob Ross is what he went as.
So her divorce from Will Koppelman, they got married in 2012 and then they got divorced in 2016.
Boy, that's a lot of guys.
It is. She's been with a lot of guys to the point where I guess that divorce wasn't great. It didn't end well. And she said in 2016 she was done. No more dating.
That's more guys than stuffed animals in E.T.'s closet.
I'm surprised there isn't an entry here for her getting engaged to one of the stuffed animals.
I accidentally got engaged to one of the stuffed animals from E.T.
She gets engaged about with the frequency that I change the filter in my furnace. Well, she said she was done. That's it. No more dating for her. And it's been 5 years, but now...
Good idea.
Now she's dipping her toe once again into the dating waters.
I don't know. I think I'd give it another 6 months.
What's the hurry?
Yeah, that's... Not right now. Maybe we're getting close, but not right now.
Now's not the time for this.
No.
What are you doing? She revealed that she sent a care package to a special someone after not dating for 5 years.
Someone she knows?
She says, quote, I recently made a gesture. I sent a little care package for someone. For reals, I did it. I don't know what will happen, and I have to tell you, I sent it without any expectation. I was just so proud to brush off the icicles, and even just to think about something cute to do. That's part of romance.
No, I know why people can't put up with her. If you're going to use terms like for reals, no one's going to hang in there with you.
Everybody wants a response from their gesture, and I think that's just the wrong intention. I was just happy to do something and have the intrigue enough to do so. So this guy got a care package from Drew Barrymore, or gal, who I don't know who she sent it to, but
with a dead chicken head in it. I don't know how to take this. And a stuffed animal's ear.
There's a note. It looks like she cut letters out of magazines.
Yeah, it's E.T. with his ear missing. I don't know. This one's unhinged.
This box came with a blow-up Drew Barrymore doll and a note that says E.T. Bone Clone. I don't know what the hell to make of this.
Cujo's tail.
Box smelled like gasoline.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell to make of any of this.
Yeah, she a note that said, "Let's get the fire started."
So then she's talking about it on her show, like, this is a romantic gesture that I did for somebody.
I don't know that it is.
And I haven't heard back. It's what she sounds like she's saying.
Yeah.
But I just had the intrigue to do it, so good for me, I guess. 3 months ago, she said she was swearing off men completely. Mm-hmm. And now she's sending care packages. Well, I guess.
Oh, boy.
Best of luck. Quote, I think it's great because it will force us to go back to things like letter writing. She's talking about the quarantine here. Mm-hmm. And she says quarantine is part of the dating that she enjoys. It's highlighting the part of dating that she enjoys.
I'm not actually meeting someone.
She says she likes the get to know each other part of it all. Well, when you've been engaged to like 9 different dudes, you certainly do like to get to know people. You don't like knowing them. The getting to know is fun. Once you know them, that's when she hits the silks.
And you didn't mind getting naked for David Letterman, so I'm guessing.
Wow, that was great. That was maybe the best Letterman ever.
Put him on the glass.
I think it's great because it will force us to go back to things like letter writing, which I don't think there is a more romantic form of communication. If you're trying to get a job or a boyfriend, write a letter. Having patience with the entire process of courtship, it's, in my humble opinion, an art we've lost. We swipe left and expect too much too fast, leaving no room for the get-to-know-each-other part of it all.
Now, I know a lot of people like to take shots, but I think your Drew Barrymore is very good.
Thank you. Well,
let him be mean, but I think your Drew Barrymore is aces.
Thank you. She says, it took me 5 years to be able to speak with strength, articulation, perspective, hindsight, and see everything we did right in my marriage because We were getting divorced. It felt like everything was just wrong. I think it applies to everyone who thinks that something will be forever and it's not. It's so hard. How do you think a marriage is going to be forever when you're Drew Barrymore? Like when you've been married more than twice, you don't have any expectation that marriage number 3 is going to be forever, do you?
I don't know.
I wouldn't think.
I don't know.
Look, sister, I know how this goes. I don't think I've recovered from that. I don't know how to open that up again. It's like something closed and it stayed closed. I think I'm equally as scared to find love again as I would be as if it never happened. She also says that, maybe she's done with guys, but maybe women is something that she would look into. Quote, I love a woman's body. I think a woman and a woman together are beautiful, just as a man and woman together are beautiful. Being with a woman is like exploring your own body, but through someone else. Yeah, Drew, that's kind of the whole gimmick. That's
Yep.
You picked up on that one.
Yeah.
It's like she has the same things that I have. That's right, Drew. That's right, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
She's got the intrigue to put it out there.
You don't need the owner's manual either, do you?
So she's only been married 3 times, but has had a bunch of other, engagements. And we wish nothing but the best for Drew Blythe Barrymore. Wish her love and happiness in the new year.
Yeah, I've never been married. I've been with Rhonda for 26 years, but I like to live in sin. That's what gets me off.
Number 3. 3.
You're much more of a soup person than I am. You eat a lot more soup.
I do eat a lot of soup.
Soup is something that you particularly enjoy.
I do.
What would you say are your top 5 soups?
Oh boy, I'm hooked on this the Vietnamese pho over at California Pho.
What is that exactly?
It's just a beef broth that is basically, and then you have a variety of different things in it, from noodles to bean sprouts and hot peppers.
It's very tasty.
Yeah, over onions and such. Oh, it's just so good.
That's fun.
And 24 hours. They each batch is made. It takes 24 hours to make it.
Oh, wow.
So it's delicious. And then, I like a variety of different types of things.
So pho right now is your go-to.
Pho, I have to have it at least once a week.
No kidding.
Yeah, gotta have it.
There's a soup that I think I might be interested in. This is something that's going on sale now in Japan, and it's a big deal. It's alcoholic soup. Soup with alcohol in it. Mm-hmm. And the idea is it will keep people in Japan warm for the winter.
So it's obviously not the sort of thing, you're not cooking it, you're just probably pouring alcohol in at the end.
Right, because...
Otherwise...
Well, this is the idea. That you put yourself, you get hot soup. It is hot. The Japanese food and beverage company Mitsubishi Shokuhin releasing this, created in partnership with the Toyo beverage and soy sauce soup stock maker Yamasa. It's called Nihonsu no Dashiwari, which translates to sake mixed with traditional Japanese soup stock.
Sure.
So sake soup.
Yes.
It is meant to be drunk hot. The cup it comes in is microwave safe. So you heat it up in the microwave.
That'd be perfect for a football game, wouldn't it?
Right, but my question is, when you put alcohol in things that you cook, it burns off the alcohol.
Yes.
So how are they able to make this
Well,
happen?
they're obviously they're just pouring alcohol into a soup that's already made.
I'm telling you, man, it's a cup, and it doesn't come with, it's all one piece.
I understand that, but all I'm saying is they poured it in there. They didn't cook the alcohol.
Yeah, but I'm going to cook it. If I put it in the microwave, that's going to nuke all the alcohol. isn't it?
I don't think if you're pouring it in at the end, it would be like if I have a cup of broth here, and I pour vodka in it.
Dig.
The alcohol is not going to
keep talking.
The alcohol is not.
I like where this is going.
It's not going to burn off. It's just going to be hot broth with vodka in it or whatever.
But what I'm telling you is,
dig.
If you take that broth and you put it in a cup, and then you take alcohol and you put it in a cup, then you seal it, put it on a store shelf. I buy it and put it in a microwave. The alcohol's going to burn off. That's what's happening here.
But it's not.
There's no pouring.
It's not a hot broth. It's not a hot broth in the can. It's a cool broth, and you're adding alcohol.
How am I not explaining this properly? Is this driving you guys as crazy as it's driving me?
The way you're doing it, the alcohol is not going to cook off.
Why wouldn't it?
Because you're putting a broth that has been cooked and then cooled, and you're mixing it with alcohol.
Yeah, and then you're reheating it.
Yeah, you're just reheating it. You're not cooking it.
Oh,
you're not cooking the alcohol. You're just reheating something. You're not cooking the alcohol off.
Recommended heating times now, it depends on what kind of microwave you're using.
Yeah, for a minute or two.
If you have a 500-watt microwave, they say 70 seconds.
Yeah.
A 1,500-watt microwave, 30 seconds. Even after microwaving, the sake soup retains a 4% alcohol content. Drunk on soup.
Mm-hmm.
You've had sake. How is it?
It tastes like alcohol.
It's a rice wine, right? Isn't
tastes like alcohol, yeah.
Just tastes like...
Yeah.
Or it's a wine, right? Sake's like is it a wine? What is sake? Suck it to me. That's all I know. The ratio of Nihonsu non dashewari is 1 part sake to 3 parts dashi. So 1 part booze, 3 parts broth. The dashi based on Yamahasa's Soyu Shiro Dashi stock, which is made with kombu, which is kelp, bonito flakes, mackerel, and soy sauce.
I have to imagine people have been pouring alcohol into soups for years.
It never occurred to me you could do that.
You get a thermos, you go to the game.
And there's booze in the soup?
Yeah.
It's never occurred to me that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, you can do that. Tell you what, that pho would be perfect for it.
So you put a little, what would you put? Would you put sake in there? Or would you put like vodka? What would you put in there?
Put anything you want in there.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever Irished up your soup?
Perhaps.
You have. I must be the most naive boy in the world because it never occurred to me you could have alcohol in a soup.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy these cups over in Japan for 198 yen, which works out to about $2. That sounds fantastic. It has it says here, a smooth yet complex flavor profile that balances sweet, salty, and tart. And even though it's got mackerel in it and kelp, it's not particularly fishy tasting. They say it's smooth yet complex. I'm on board for all of it.
That's marvelous.
Mm-hmm. So that's on sale in Japan. Meanwhile, in China, the Iron Crotch Kung Fu Masters are in the news. They are fighting to preserve the tradition.
They're crotches.
They're Iron Crotch Kung Fu Masters. That's right. Wang Litao is no ordinary Kung Fu master. This guy is from a village in central China that practices a unique and excruciating looking strand of martial arts. They call it Iron Crotch Kung Fu. The most famous technique involves taking a steel plate capped log that's 6.5 feet long and it weighs 88 pounds. This thing is hooked up in the air with chains. You swing it in the air as far as it goes, and then it smacks you right in the junk. Wang is the head of the Juntun Martial Arts Academy. He says when you practice Iron Crotch Kung Fu, as long as you push yourself, you'll feel great.
That was an act on the old Ed Sullivan show.
Taking a steel-tapped log to the nards?
Uh-huh. Oh, and the crowd would just go crazy.
I don't know. I don't know that any of this seems like a good idea.
The little old ladies in their big hair would just be applauding. Oh, yeah.
No. I get like the fat guy taking the cannonball to the stomach. That I get. This, I don't get. Wang has been practicing the technique for 50 years. And he has 2 children, which I don't see how that's possible. Watching the video of this dude take it right to the stones, he says that with correct methods and sufficient practice, it doesn't hurt, and it has no effect on your fertility. The iron crotch, mastery of which is gained by taking hits to your weakest points, while using Qigong breathing techniques to keep yourself...
It's all about the breathing.
It's just one element of this kung fu that's been practiced in the village where Wang lives for the last 300 years. Look at this cat. Look at him take it, right? And look at it. It doesn't look... Look at that. Ouch!
Oh, it's barely hitting him.
What are you talking about? Oh! Barely hitting him. He says, you practice this kung fu, and as long as you push yourself, you'll feel great afterwards.
He looks like he's insane.
Well, of course he's insane. He's master of a kung fu art where you smash a log into your nuts. There's not just iron crotch. There's also iron throat, iron head, iron chest, and iron back.
I wonder if that's available like a spin class or something. Where
Take this at the Y.
Take it at the Y.
No thanks. This style of kung fu practiced by the people in Wang's village on the outskirts of the ancient capital of Luoyang has historically been a fiercely guarded secret. Don't tell anyone about iron crotch kung fu. But concern is starting to grow because fewer and fewer people are taking it up, and Wang's nervous that this art form may
die out.
Yes. You know, kids these days just don't enjoy getting hit in the nuts like we used to like it.
And you know what's wrong with kids today?
There were once 200 people who regularly practiced iron crotch kung fu in the village, but now it's just over 20. So Wang and his fellow masters...
The other 180 are still doubled over.
Wang and his fellow masters are now actively promoting iron crotch kung fu, adopting the swinging log device so they can demonstrate the iron crotch technique where previously villagers used to just kick each other in the chunk.
Oh, those were the good old days before it got all technical.
So what do you do if you don't have somebody that'll kick you in the nuts? Well, we've created this log, this steel-tapped log that's 88 pounds. Used to be villagers would kick, punch, or throw sticks and bricks at each other's crotches.
That's all they ever did.
How are there a billion Chinese people if this is something one village does?
That's how they would celebrate the town's anniversary.
Man, we sent all the fireworks to the States, so we're just going to throw bricks at each other's private parts. They say their efforts, now that they've been promoting this once, closely guarded secret form of kung fu, their efforts have helped them gain several new students in cities all across China. They're now using social media to make custom-made videos to promote the ancient art of iron crotch kung fu. Wang says here, quote, "If there are more students that carry it forward and spread it to the whole country and the world, if they can carry this form of kung fu forward, then my dream will come true." That's the stupidest dream in the history of mankind. What is wrong with you, Wang?
You have to be a little crazy to do this. As a matter of fact, the people that we look for, the people who do this, admittedly, are a little nuts.
The ultimate sing.
What? My dream is that all across China, people will slap.
Oh, sure, I could. Oh, sure, I could dream to end hunger or world peace.
My dream is an awesome dream. People in the park playing games in the dark, throwing bricks and sticks at each other.
I think it was the 4th of July.
It was. What are you doing? It's my dream.
That hurts! Ow! Ow! Wow! Wow! Oh! Oh! Pain! Oh!
Well, Wang, we wish you the best.
Four.
How do you get contraband into a prison?
I really don't want to know. I don't.
This is kind of ingenious. There have been lots of stories in the news of people using drones. It's pretty easy to do. Drone delivery. Amazon will be doing it before too long, and your pills will come to your house in drone form. But the smugglers have been using drones to land things in prison yards.
At night?
Drop them. Sure. I imagine.
Because, a guard would see a drone.
Would he, though? You're not looking at the sky. You're looking at the wall.
Oh, I'm looking at everything.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm checking out everything. I'm on point. Oh, boy. That would be exhausting.
The Jackson, Mississippi prison in the news this morning. The South Mississippi Correctional Institution. This
oh,
was,
boy.
I know, it sounds like a fun place to be.
Oh, not even to visit.
The Mississippi Department of Corrections, on top of this, they were able to intercept contraband on Monday night. This was at 1:30 in the morning. Smugglers threw 25 packages of contraband over a section of fence there at the South Mississippi Correctional Institution.
Sure.
Packages including like cell phones and drugs. And the packages, and this is, I think, pretty genius, sewn into footballs, which easily cleared the prison's 18-foot tall fence.
Well, you can get it over.
Yeah.
And there are it wouldn't be out of place for a football to be on the field, right?
I mean, I guess if that's where they have their exercise,
right.
Maybe.
There might be some footballs out there.
I'll say this. If you're able to throw a football over an 18-foot fence, I would love for you to maybe get a contract from a certain team. That's how they're going to start drafting people now.
No, you need to be
This guy was a smuggler.
You need to be part of the longest yard.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy Morgan.
A team that is known as the Bears.
That's our next quarterback. He's able to throw contraband over a prison fence. I'll see how he does at Soldiers Field. I've been a season ticket holder since 1968. I went to my first game with my dad at Old Wrigley Field. They have sensing technology, so they were able to locate the contraband and also catch sight of the smuggler's vehicle. And now they're going to be able to track down that vehicle and get these smugglers. And then the smugglers can join their friends behind bars. Here is what they found in the 25 footballs.
25? Okay, now, I'm not saying that there's 25 footballs that show up on the prison grounds and no one's not going to notice that.
That's weird. Hey, did they not put the football away?
We've got 4 footballs to share with everybody.
That's a lot of footballs.
Now we've got 30 footballs here. What's going on?
Also, what do you do with the football once you get the stuff out of it?
Eat it. I guess.
They just got one guy in the crew that eats the footballs?
Well, everyone's got to help. Everyone pitch in.
Here's what they were able to take out of the contraband thrown over the fence in a football.
He's the guy that gets left alone by everybody because he's capable of eating footballs. Now we don't mess with him.
Nobody bothers.
We don't bother him.
Nobody bothers Munchie
Because he's the guy who eats the footballs. Just leave him alone. It's quite a skill I developed while I was behind bars.
Hey, man, nobody hassles Munchie. Munchie works for all of us. They were able to seize, as a result of this, all of the footballs that they found. 4 pounds of marijuana, 20 pounds of tobacco and rolling papers, 38 cell phones with chargers and Bluetooth earbuds, an assortment of cigars.
Cigars.
You wouldn't be suspicious as a prison guard if a con walks by and he's got a Cuban cigar?
You walk by his cell and he's got a cigar?
That would be something of a dead giveaway, wouldn't it? 10 cans of snuff, several packs of cigarettes and lighters, a scale, a headscarf, and Darren, 7 pounds of barbecued chicken wings.
God almighty. The only thing, and they also found a football inside a football. For some reason. And Munchie accidentally ate that one too. No, that one we were going to keep.
Football. Catch the fever.
Munchie, you didn't eat the football that was in the football.
Did you?
That was for us to play football.
No, that was for us to play with football.
I got to work off all these chicken wings that I ate.
Boo. You want any chicken wings, Munchie? No, I'm full.
Couldn't eat another
I
thing.
couldn't eat another thing.
I just ate 25 footballs. You think I got room for chicken wings?
Ugh.
There were also over-the-counter cold medications in the footballs. That's
a lot. Even if you're regulation size 25 footballs,
Yeah.
that's a ton of stuff.
I would like these smugglers to help
Maybe.
help my wife pack next time we travel. That'd be great. Inmates having any connection with the smuggling attempt will lose their eligibility for early release and accumulated earned time. So, once they find out who's getting these cell phones.
That really kind of sounds like trying to get too much stuff in. All at one time? Why wouldn't... Well, I guess you want to... I guess if you're the person on the outside, you don't want to be hanging out there too much.
Well, no. You deliver one football a day.
Well, but then you got to go back 25 times as opposed to being there once.
Yeah, I guess.
But now they're looking for you.
4 pounds of marijuana and 7 pounds of barbecued chicken wings. That sounds about right. I think that's a pretty good ratio.
Hell of a weekend.
And some over-the-counter cold medications to help us choke down these cigars.
Yeah, natch.
1 headscarf. Who wanted a headscarf?
Right.
And what are you going to do with a headscarf in prison?
Right over here.
That was all Munchie wanted, was the headscarf.
Yeah, as long as you get me a headscarf, I'll eat all the footballs you can throw at me.
Listen, fellas.
Literally.
Listen, fellas. I'll be happy to consume all these footballs, but I do have a very specific request, and it's quite important that I get what I want. A fabulous headscarf.
Like the kind Rhoda wore.
I want to be Rhoda.
I want to be Rhoda. Oh.
Oh, I want to be Mary Tyler Moore's best friend, baby. Yeah, maybe less is more here, guys. I don't want to tell you how to be smugglers, but it seems like
My wedding with Joe is this weekend.
it's a big night for you.
I know.
We got Joe these cigars for the stag party.
I got to lose all this football weight before my wedding night.
This is, I imagine, an exhausting time for the people that are making deliveries, right? You got your UPS and your FedEx and your USPS. They're all heroes.
Yeah.
I've made the mistake of, I'm on this Nextdoor app, which is like social media for the neighborhood. 90% of the time, it's old people panicking about coyotes. Mm-hmm. I saw a coyote! I swear to God, I saw one! That's what Nextdoor
Are
is.
old people getting dragged away by the coyotes? Is that what's going on?
Just relax. The coyote is going to be just chill. It's Nextdoor is an app for people that want to freak out about coyotes. That's all it is.
And it's just your block, or it's...
Well, I think the point of it is it's supposed to be like your neighborhood. So, like, if you're on Nextdoor, you're just dealing with people in the Quad Cities.
Oh, well, that's not my neighborhood.
And I think I'm only dealing with people on the Iowa side.
That seems like a big neighborhood.
Yeah, there was a post the other day where somebody was saying you need to be more specific about whatever because you're reaching out to a much larger audience than you want to.
Yeah.
Right. These people aren't like, I saw a coyote. It's like, I live here, and this is where the coyote was. And he was looking at me. He looked real hungry.
The coyote's got me cornered.
That's... I'm kidding you.
I need assistance now.
This app is worthless, but it's almost now become...
If you delay...
super entertaining for me to...
Could be too late.
He's got me pinned up on the air conditioning unit.
He's showing me his fangs.
Yeah, let's see. There's somebody here that needed a veterinarian because their lizard had an eye condition. Mm-hmm. And they keep giving us updates on their lizard. There's people that just are freaking out about coyotes. People that have questions about things in the neighborhood, they go on this Nextdoor. But I'm telling you, the app ought to be called Coyote because that's all it is. I swear to God, I saw one. And then there's a lot of people. There's one from yesterday that really made me chuckle where, let's see if I can find it because I want to read it.
Do you ever do any plants in it?
What do you mean?
Like just put something in there just for fun?
I lurk on this. I've never posted a single thing on Nextdoor.
Okay.
I just look at it. I've never once, mind your business. That's what it would be my post. This whole thing is pointless. There was somebody the other day that was like, has anyone else noticed there are young girls that will come up to your doorbell and ring it and then run away? And I'm thinking, that's called ding dong ditch. Like, that's not new. But then the other problem with this Nextdoor is a lot of people freaking out about porch pirates. Mm-hmm. And that's really the only use I have for it. But now I'm paranoid where I assume anyone that's walking around
is a porch pirate.
It's giving me a complex now where I'm looking at everyone shifty like they're either a porch pirate or a coyote. Are you? What are you?
On my porch, you seem shifty.
There was a woman yesterday who was walking her dog. Now, this was an adult dog that looked like it was a couple years old. It was like a golden retriever. Mm-hmm. Beautiful dog. The dog had zero interest in going for a walk to the point where she was at in front of my neighbor's house, like dragging the dog.
Trying to say, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to go.
Now, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Does that happen? Or I always thought dogs enjoyed going for walks.
I have a dog that will do that. Most of the dogs will gladly go.
But will they do it in the middle of the walk?
Oh yeah, they'll stop.
Like, we're done here.
Edgar will stop. Sometimes, and he'll let you know which direction we're going to even start the walk. Mm-hmm. Like, it'll be like, okay, let's go this direction. No. Do you want to go this direction? No.
See, and then my paranoia gets the better of me, and I'm thinking, is she scoping out? Is she looking for packages on a stoop? Is that dog part of some sort of cover? Like, what's going on?
Well, it could be.
Seems weird that your dog doesn't want to go for a walk. And then she's looking all around, like scanning all around, but I'm sure she's just looking around to make sure
Edgar
nobody's watching her drag her dog around.
Edgar from time to time will say, this walk is over.
We're done here.
We are done.
We're finished walking.
Now we're going back.
So I wanted to start this by saying again and recognizing the exceptional work that all the people who are doing deliveries are doing. Having said that, it's overwhelming the volume that they're being asked to deal with.
More than ever.
Exactly. Police in South Jersey have charged an Amazon driver after they spotted him just chucking packages.
Whatever.
He was allegedly tossing packages from his delivery truck into a wooded area.
I mean, there are certain occupations that if you're having a bad day,
yeah,
it's not a good thing.
No, it's not. We had a package delivered the other day, something the wife ordered, and the delivery was just like an SUV came out and a woman came out of her car to deliver it, and she had on like a vest. And I thought, oh, that vest must be, because otherwise it just looks like it's just some crazy lady stealing packages rather than delivering them. But then I thought, you could get a vest like that pretty cheap.
I could get a vest.
Make it look official, just help yourself to people's packages. Desmond Gold is 23 years old. His answer for what was going on isn't much better. So he was allegedly tossing packages from the Amazon delivery truck into the woods. Cops were on patrol when they saw this Amazon van. They spotted the driver throwing a large box from the van into the woods off of a roadway. According to the affidavit of probable cause, the driver, Desmond Gold, told the officer that he was, quote, throwing his feces into the woods.
What?
So he's saying, look, I'm so busy delivering these packages, I had to take a dump in a box and then throw the box into the woods. The cop has him go and retrieve the box. What's in the box, man? What's in the box? He says, go get the box. He goes and finds 11 packages worth a total value of $288.87 were found. There was no feces in the box. He was just his story was, oh no, that was just I just took a dump and threw it in a box. No, you didn't.
It's a very believable excuse.
He was hiding the items and planned to return later on to retrieve them.
Why?
Theft.
Oh, theft. He knew what was in it?
I don't know how could they know?
I don't think so.
11 packages at $288.87 doesn't sound like it's exactly a windfall.
A grand heist.
Right. Charged with theft and illegal dumping.
I mean, the only thing that you would know is where something's from.
Do they know? Do the delivery people know what's in the box? I don't think they do.
I wouldn't think so.
It's probably not in their best interest to know what's in the box. Amazon has issued a statement last night. They say this does not reflect the high standards we have for delivery service partners. We take these matters seriously and confirm this individual is no longer delivering Amazon packages. No. I just defecated in a box and threw it in the woods. That's nothing weird going on here.
Everyone knows this is my busy season.
I can't.
Got all these crushing deadlines.
Right.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I didn't think it'd be like this.
That's it for Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things podcast. Thank you so much for downloading, subscribing, liking it, telling your friends, all that you do. It's greatly appreciated. We're thrilled to be able to give you this and to do this for you and to do this with you. Darren, who else made it happen?
Nature's Treatment of Illinois.
Oh, of course.
They have a location in Milan on Tech Drive and West Main Street in Galesburg. Nature's Treatment offers a wide selection of products for recreational use, including flower, vapes, and edibles. Check it out. Make sure you also check out the recreational waiting list. Those are available. You can reserve your time if you go to the website. That is ntillinois.com.
Until we get a chance to do it for you again, hang loose, kooks.
And you stay classy and safe, Quad Cities.
Come on, Quad Cities, representing. This is for the Quad Cities reference spot. Davenport, yeah, we keeping it locked. Rock guys, come on, and it just don't stop. East Moline, yeah, they keeping it hot.
Hi, this is Art Linkletter. Thanks for listening.